All right, welcome back to Out of Chicago conference up here in Chicago. We're here with Giulio, and he is a Lumix Luminary, right?
Yes, I am.
All right, welcome.
Hey, it's so good to see you, man.
Good to see you. So tell us a little bit about what you're doing now. You're rebranding yourself and kind of reinventing yourself, it seems like, right?
Yeah, I think it's healthy to do it every few years, and I launched Small Camera Big Picture about 4 years ago, and that was a project, and that I had just last week closed that project.
Okay.
So now what's next, right? So
what's new? What's next?
Yeah. So what I'm doing is I'm taking, because I had Small Camera Big Picture and the Giulio Sciorio brand, the portfolio site. Trying to run two brands, I'm kind of merging them back together because I really want to talk more about the big picture than about the small cameras.
Gotcha.
Anybody that knows me at this point knows that I'm shooting with Lumix, and if I happen to be doing a tutorial about something about photography, I'm going to be having one of those cameras, so that's my camera of choice.
Yep.
So rather than getting into the nitty gritty of saying, well, here's why we should shoot mirrorless, I think everybody knows that by now.
Yeah.
And if you don't, anyways.
And this is being recorded with a Lumix G7 that's a week old, so it's a little clean, you were saying. It's a little too clean for your taste.
Yeah, exactly.
No scratches on it.
We're going to smudge it up here, but you know, it's the camera conversation. The camera's finally now the paintbrush.
Yeah.
You know, you're shooting 4K this year, you know, before you know it, it'll be 6K. It's just photography.
Yeah.
So what I'm trying to do now is like just talk about more about the photography side. We have these amazing tools. What can you do with it? And then, of course, expanding my own body of work with new projects and landing new clients and stuff.
Awesome, awesome.
Yeah.
Good to hear. So you're merging two brands. Is the blog and everything going to close, or are you just kind of?
Well, so the blog will still be there, but it won't be Small Camera Big Picture. It'll just be part of all of the Giulio Sciorio brand. Yeah.
Awesome, awesome, cool. So you were shooting this. How are you liking this? We just had
the G7.
Yeah.
I really dig it, man. I think that, you know, the only thing I wish it had is a little more beefy HDMI out so I could do my live shoots with it.
Yeah.
But not, like 99% of people are not buying this to do live shoots.
Sure, sure.
And for that, it's like, this is like, the LX100 was my personal camera choice, and in a lot of ways it still is. But if I want more control, I just love the layout on this camera.
Yeah.
Like, it's a ton of fun.
And the specs were pretty close to the GH4. When I was talking to Tom about it, I was like, I can't see the difference. And he had to actually email me the 4 or 5 differences that there were there. And immediately as I grabbed it, I could tell it's lighter and just more portable and everything. So, but the same form factor, you know?
Yeah, I mean, it's you're not going to shoot with this in like heavy rain.
Yeah. So like last night.
I'll shoot with it in heavy rain, but don't shoot with it in heavy rain. It's just not going to take the same kind of abuse as the GH4. And then GH4, and then the battery life on the GH4 is like second to none.
Okay.
I mean, I've shot 18-hour days and not even gone through one battery.
Excellent.
Whereas this, I'll probably go through about 2 or 3.
Very cool.
But I think for most people,
so it's a little bit less battery life. I know it doesn't have some inputs and outputs like the mic.
It's got mic in, but not headphone out, which is okay for most. Again, for like 99% of people, this is a great camera because also the way it handles video. The 4K photo mode is now in the motor drive dial.
Yeah.
So it's just like, you know, still 12 frames a second or whatever it is now. 4K photo, self timer, time lapse.
Yep. So I love the 4K photo feature. They've actually upgraded it in this one. Tom was telling me about it. You were just showing it to me how you could flip through kind of and just pick out where you want, scrub through it like you would on a video mixer. So very cool stuff.
Yeah, the pre-burst is fun because so if you're shooting something like sports or even street shooting, you hit the trigger. You hope you get the image. Yep. But then with pre-burst, and pre-burst is a weird name. It's like a time machine because now you can scrub on this with your finger, go back in time 1 second, forward in time 1 second, and find a perfect frame.
Perfect moment. Yep.
Pull that frame, and then you're good to go.
And you're good to go. Very cool. So what else? You're doing some photo walks out here. Where have you been walking?
Wicker Park, which is like super cool hipster hub. I bought this crazy film camera, which I showed you. That it's still in the box, and it's a great place to buy vinyl records and have a craft beer and see some cool street art.
Awesome.
So yeah, really cool. Tomorrow I'm hoping.
So while I'm sitting here doing interviews, you're out
having fun. Yeah, dude, you should come along, man. I mean, tomorrow I think we're gonna hit up the Pride Parade.
Awesome.
I'm gonna try to do that, which would be off the chain. So.
Oh yeah, just tons of shots. Just a street photographer, you know, just mecca, you know.
And then my workshops I'm doing here are live hybrid shoots. The difference is I'm doing all the post work live on my iPad.
Wow.
So I've got it down such as I got it really distilled. It's so easy. I can show everybody how to do it on their iPhone or iPad. I just use it on my iPad.
Awesome.
So I'm shooting live. People see it live. I Wi-Fi to the iPad. I do the post-work live.
Excellent, excellent. Well, very cool. Well, thanks for sitting in and talking
pleasure,
to us
man.
and tell us about what's going on and what's new.
Definitely, right on.
Great. Have fun at the rest of the show.
Cool, thanks, man.
Thank you, and check it out. It's out of Chicago conference, and you guys better be here next year. A great show, nice and intimate, tons of education, tons of great speakers out here. So keep an eye out for some more interviews out there.